And I am live. I am live. Good evening, everybody. On this Monday at 6 o'clock, I'm a little bit late today, but I hope everybody is had a great day. And I thank you for tuning in. For those that are going to tune in live, let's have a chat. And for those that are watching the replay, I don't actually check the comments after the live. One, social media could be kind of toxic. We all know that. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and share this to my page. Um, Hold on one sec, guys. I mean, I need glasses for everything these days. All right. Okay, cool. I shared it to my page. So, I used to do Mondays with Miko every Monday years ago to just chat and catch up on kind of what's going on. So I decided that, and it was Mondays with Miko before I was Mayor Miko. So I decided that I'm gonna go ahead and tap back in, and every so often, like if I start to feel, that you guys want to chat, I'll just create a Mondays with Miko. How about that? As mayor, I do have town hall meetings. That's separate than this. This is unplugged. This is, it says Mayor Miko in there because that is my title now. So I am the mayor no matter where I'm at, no matter what time of day it is, I'm the mayor. But this is Miko Unplugged. Okay. So if you have questions, just go ahead and put it in the chat. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and bring up those questions so I can see what's going on over there. And I'm going to start this session like I usually do with telling the folks that live in Mullins what's on the agenda for the meeting tomorrow. So tomorrow we have a city council meeting at 6 o'clock at City Hall, and that's at 6 o'clock. And the agenda will be as follows. Gotta put my glasses on. Actually, I need to get a new pair, y'all. I done broke my favorite ones, so I'm gonna have to use these. So the meeting will start at exactly 6 o'clock. And it does have a lot of formalities, like I've told you guys in the past, things that we have to do by a certain time and all that jazz. So the meeting, we have to have a quorum. And if we don't have a quorum by 10 after, then we don't have a meeting, right? So I'm so grateful, City Council, they do show up for the meetings on time so we can have our quorum and we can go ahead and gavel in right at 6 o'clock. And then we do our usual, our Pledge of Allegiance, the invocation. So then this is something that I kind of just talk about. Um, I say, disclosure that the local media has been informed of the meeting pursuant to the South Carolina Freedom of Information Act. And I say that at every meeting. And it kind of sounds like a formality when I'm saying that. Like, you know, it's just something that I'm saying, but it has real meaning and guts behind it. The Freedom of Information Act means that all the business that's done in the city is done in the public. We're elected officials. We are responsible for the public's resources, the public's funds, so if it's any more than three of us in a room together, it's considered a quorum. And so we gotta let y'all know. As a matter of fact, even our committee meetings, we put those out in the public. We notify the media. So we send an email and we post it on our Facebook, on our website. So it's just different things that we do in order to be compliant with the Freedom of Information Act. And I personally, I take this very seriously, right? That, and everybody should, it's a law. But, I just want you to know that I say it, but it means a lot, that what we do has to be done in the public, because that's a job. We're public officials. All right. So that's just one thing real quick on that agenda item that I usually just breeze through. And I want you guys to know why we do that. Okay. So then we have two ordinances. We have, and if you notice, the first one says ordinance 25-002, an ordinance to amend the time for city council meetings. I actually had put that out there. That was the second ordinance I ever done. It did not get approved. It got tabled, and now members of council have asked to bring that back to change the meeting to 5:30, which actually would kind of be better for me personally. So we'll see how that goes this time. And then the next one is the an ordinance that I put out there, 2026-002, and that's an ordinance to adopt the rules and governance for miscellaneous committees. So I will explain that at the meeting, kind of what that's all about, but that's an ordinance for that. So that's old business. Now, why is Okay, I know why. So the ordinance for adopting the rules for committees is old business because I had tried to put it out there before, but council needed more time to look at it, and then they wanted our attorney to review it, and he has done so. So this is it coming back on the agenda. That's why it's considered old business. New business. So I'm really excited about the first item on new business. We're going to be presenting a certificate of appreciation for snow assistance to Kevin Sheehan. So come so you can hear all about Kevin and the wonderful thing he did during this for the city during snow. Then there's an item on here, City Attorney Jim Bain, Mullins election date change. That's all I'm gonna say about that for now, but it's on there. C, adoption of the strategic plan. So we put the strategic plan out there, and this is the city council's, they've had a chance to review it. So this is for them to adopt the strategic plan. And then once it gets adopted, then it will go to the South Carolina Department of Commerce. And I think I should know the number. Our plan will be with 20, like 28 other plans, which is pretty cool because we received the strategic plan um just by grace and mercy, y'all, for real. um when I was first elected mayor, I went to a meeting, and the Secretary of Commerce, I had an opportunity to meet him and ask him about strategic plans because with my background in corporate, if you don't have a plan, you're not going anywhere. And so when I first became mayor, I asked for the copy of the plans, and there were no plans. So then I asked if how I asked the secretary, how the commissioner, how we could get a plan, and he told me that there was funding for a plan. Long story short, the funding was for county seats, and where Mullins is not a county seat. So you have 46 counties, you have 46 county seats, but they were able to find some funds and to allow Mullins to do a strategic plan, which is a tremendous blessing, y'all. This strategic plan is going to go a long, long way for the city of Mullins. So we have a strategic plan. And the plan was worked on over several months. We had businesses involved, we had a steering committee involved, local community citizens, all the way from the kids, on up that were involved in creating this plan. And it's really good. It's really good. It maps out things that we can do to improve our city over 3 years. And also importantly, it gives us the ability for when we apply for grants, they'll know that our city has a plan. Or if somebody is coming and they want to invest in South Carolina, and by the way, I know all across the nation, things just feel off. I don't know if they feel off to you, but they feel off to me. They really do. And I got some questions here, I think. And I look like, I don't know who this is, these folks. Hold on a second. Oh, that's kind of weird. But um, things just seem strange, right? All across the nation, things do seem strange. Um, but I will tell you this, is South Carolina is poised for amazing things. One, our weather is tremendous. I'm a Jersey girl and I'm here, and I'm telling you, If you're in Jersey or someplace else, South Carolina is the place to be. So we are the number one growing state in the nation, which is pretty cool. And Horry County is it's either the number one county in the nation or very close to the number one county in the nation in terms of their growth. And Marion County, which is the county that Mullins is in, we're neighbors to Horry County. So, it will be, oh my goodness. Shut up oh my goodness. So check this out, y'all. Some people are on my live and they are, what do you want to call them? It looks like they're on the YouTube version and they are coming after me saying some really horrible things. But that's the state of our nation. And the reason why this person is saying this stuff is because of the color of my skin. But that's not going to derail me. Let me go back to my conversation. And I will be blocking you, sir. The color of my skin, we are all people. And what I do for the citizens of Mullins. It don't matter the color of your skin. And I bet you this person probably isn't even from Mullins. But really, y'all, that's kind of the craziness that's going on in our nation right now. But I'm gonna keep going. So we're in the fastest growing state in the nation. We're right next to the fastest or one of the fastest growing counties in the nation. That gives us tremendous opportunity. So to have an actual strategic plan, that's like what organizations and cities and companies use to say, this is where we're going to be in 3 years. And this is where we're going to be in 5 years. And this is the plan on how we're going to get there. Now, the strategic plan doesn't work by itself. It works with other plans. So like our planning committee, our planning board, they're working on a plan as well. The county has a plan. So all these plans kind of connect. And when you're in a growth period like South Carolina is, you have to have the plans. You have to have those plans in place. And so we are on our way. All right. So I'm going back to the agenda, but the topic on the agenda is the adoption of the strategic plan. So everybody worked on it, including the city council, and this gives them the ability to vote on it and then it gets filed. So that's kind of exciting. Um, Added to the agenda is the OBS, moving the OBS to the recreation department. I don't know a lot about it, but we will find out. But remember, I don't give you the heads up on this call anyway, right? You have to come to the meeting to find out. Now, I'm sensitive to the fact that the meeting is at 6 o'clock and people work all different times. And that is why, in the city of Mullins, I host a town hall meeting every other month for citizens to come out and kind of ask questions. My office is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. You can schedule an appointment, or if I'm there and available, you can obviously come in, right? Me, and the rest of council, we work for you. Then there will be an administrative report. So that's our city administrator. She will provide an update. I have a mayor's report. I have more that I'm gonna be talking about on the mayor's report. But one of the things I'm gonna be bringing up is some grants that we have coming up. So remember, every grant that gets applied for the city, council needs to be made aware. So I will be doing that, letting them know about the grants and how they will be used. And then we have an executive session on a legal matter with the city attorney. So executive session, I want to make that clear as well. And then I'll go back to see if there's any questions. On the executive session, if it's one of 4 topics, right? If it's contracting, personnel, legal matters, sensitive things of the city, we're allowed to go into executive session. And so we will leave the main room and we'll go into another room and your city council will talk, we'll discuss it. We cannot vote, we cannot make decisions. Anything, no matter how sensitive it is, that needs to be done, we then have to come out of executive session, go back to where everybody is, and then that is when decisions are made. Now, most of the time people don't wait it out. I put the executive session at the end of the agenda, and that's so you don't have to wait around. You can get kind of the meat of everything that we're talking about then. But if you want to wait around, that's when you can find out what happened in executive session. It could be 15 minutes that we're in executive session, or it could be an hour and 15 minutes, right? That's the only downside. There's no telling. Thank you so much, Mayor. I see your comment there. There's no telling. Okay. So that's the agenda for tomorrow. Um, do you guys have any questions? Anything you want to talk about while we're on this live? And so while you're thinking about it, and maybe thinking about posting your questions, I'm going to tell you a couple things that I picked up. Well, I picked this beautiful flower arrangement from downtown Sculpt. They had a Galentine's event on Saturday, which was awesome. It was really good. It was a great event. And you were able to design your own fresh flower bouquet. So I designed my own fresh flower bouquet, and I love, love, love fresh flowers. So that is, so you want to check out Sculpt especially when they have those fresh flower. And the other thing is we have a wonderful coffee shop in downtown Mullins. I don't know their hours off the top of my head, but I think it's Tuesday through Saturday. And it is beautiful. It's nice. It's a great setting. They have a real barista, and you can get all those different types of coffees you want. This They also sell a book. Her name is Audrey McCracken. And the name of this book is 31 Quiet Moments with Jesus. And it's Seek First Devotions. And when I talked to her, the interesting thing is she told me she wrote this book. It's a compilation of letters that she wrote to her son when he was in college for him to read. And it's like day one and so forth. And it is so neat. You guys mind if I read? You could go buy it. It's not even that much. I'm going to think the book was like $10. And it's at Awaken. And the first chapter is Seek First, day one. And then she starts with a Bible verse. And then it says, what are you seeking today? What are you aiming towards? What's driving the choices you make and the steps you take? We all have hopes and dreams for the future, many of them placed in our hearts by God Himself. They keep us moving forward when we want to give up. They're the reason we get up and we they're the reason we get back up when we fall down. God created us with the wonderful ability to imagine, to look ahead and see how things could be different in the future. He also shows us that true fulfillment always starts and ends with Him. Jesus said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. When we seek Him first, when we make Him our top priority, everything else is in its proper place. When your eyes are fixed on Jesus, when your heart is fully toward Him, He becomes the light by which you see everything else clearly. So today, I invite you to seek Him first. Before you start checking off your to do list, and before you put the noise of the day, before the noise of the day pulls you in a different direction, He's already near. He's knocking on the door of your heart. Let Him in. It's what He created you for. And then she puts a prayer. It is so neat. And she has one for every day. And to know that she wrote these letters for her son when he was in college, I find that to be super, super inspiring. Really do. Um, Good evening. Good evening, Robin. Good to see you. So, any questions? If not, remember, I will see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And I have a lot of updates I'll be providing at tomorrow's meeting. There's some very important dates and some stuff that's going to be happening around town. And then what I will do is I will, after tomorrow's meeting, we're going to start posting all the flyers. We're working back we used to send newsletters. I'm not going to say used to send, we didn't send the last bi-monthly newsletter out, but we're working on getting that newsletter back on the table. So it's not completely gone. Just wanted you to know. And then, and it's real important. It's the last thing. I don't see any other questions. Um, it's real important if you can help us share, right? So we know that we as in the city, we need to do a better way of communicating things to our seniors that are not on social media, but we can use your help, right? So when you find out stuff like about the trash situation going on in town, we have a truck that's down. We bought a new truck. We're waiting for it to get outfitted. And I'm going to give you guys some more information on this tomorrow. But when you get your question answered, please talk to others around the dinner table, at the coffee shops, at Garden Alley, at Fred's, right? We're all in this together. So the more we work together as a community, the better we will be as a community. The more we work together to clean our community, the more clean our community will be. And when people come here, it's someplace that they want to be part of. And it's someplace we want our kids to be proud of too. Okay. So just double check. Um, so Paul has a question. So OBS won't be on Main Street no more. No, I think, and again, I can't speak. OBS is going to be on Main Street. It's already there, right? The agenda item says OBS slash Recreation Department. Come tomorrow, tune in tomorrow, watch the replay tomorrow, and it will be explained. I need more information. That's why I can't really even if I did give y'all advance notice of what happens at the city council meetings, and um, I don't have the information. Okay, Paul? So either you could check with me after tomorrow's meeting or tap in tomorrow. But thank you so much for your comment. I thank you all for being engaged. Mullins rocks. We're going to be doing big things for our community, but only when we're in it together. And I know we are in it together. All right. So just making sure there's no more questions other than this horrible person. Nope. No more questions, y'all. I see y'all later. Hopefully I see you tomorrow. Send one person. If you can't come, send one person. 6 p.m. Bye.